A person is riding a bike with wheels of diameter 16 inches as pictured below. If the wheels are rotating at 165 revolutions per minute, or RPMs, we're asked to find the following. A, the angular speed or angular velocity. B, the linear speed or linear velocity. And then C, the speed the person is traveling in miles per hour. First, if the diameter of the wheel is 16 inches, then the radius, which is the distance from the center to the edge of the circle, is equal to half of the diameter, which in this case, the radius r is equal to 8 inches. We need to use the radius when calculating the angular and linear velocity. The angular speed or angular velocity is indicated by omega, which is equal to theta divided by t, where theta must always be in radians and t is equal to the time. Because the wheel is rotating at 165 revolutions per minute, and each revolution is equal to 2 pi radians, for the angular velocity omega, theta is equal to 165 times 2 pi, and then divided by the time. We want the angular speed or angular velocity in radians per minute, and the wheel is rotating at 165 revolutions per minute, and therefore the time is just 1 minute. Multiplying, we have 330 pi, and the units are radians per minute. Let's also get a decimal approximation for this answer, even though we do want to enter the exact answer in the homework. 330 pi is approximately 1036.73, indicating the angular speed or angular velocity is approximately 1036.73 radians per minute. For part B, we're asked to calculate the linear speed or linear velocity in inches per minute. The linear velocity or linear speed v is equal to r times theta divided by t. And since the angular velocity is equal to theta divided by t, we can also express the linear speed or linear velocity as r times the angular velocity. And since we already have the angular velocity, the linear velocity v is equal to the radius, which is 8 inches, times the angular velocity, which is equal to 330 pi radians per minute. Notice we do have the correct units because the radius is in inches and the angular velocity is in radians per minute. 8 times 330 pi is equal to 2,640 pi, and the units are inches per minute. And again, let's also get our decimal approximation. The linear speed or linear velocity is approximately 8,293.80 inches per minute. For part C, we're asked to calculate the speed the person is traveling in miles per hour. We already know the linear speed from part B, but in part B we have the speed in inches per minute. For part C, we want the speed in miles per hour. So let's first write the linear speed in fraction form, which is 2,640 pi inches over 1 minute. And now we'll multiply by unit fractions to convert the speed to miles per hour. Let's first convert the time from minutes to hours. We know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Because we want minutes to simplify out, we use the unit fraction of 60 minutes over 1 hour. Again, notice how the units of minutes simplify out. And now let's convert the inches to feet and then feet to miles. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. We want inches to simplify out, and therefore we must have 12 inches in the denominator and 1 foot in the numerator. Notice the units of inches simplify out. And now we need to convert the feet to miles. 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. We need to multiply by the unit fraction of 1 mile over 5,280 feet. Notice how the units of feet simplify out. Now when we multiply, notice how we have miles in the numerator and hours in the denominator. Going to the calculator, in the numerator we have 2,640 pi times 60 times 1 times 1. which gives us 158,400 pi. In the denominator, we have 1 times 1 times 12 times 5,280, which is 63,360. And I will divide one more time and round to the nearest thousandths place value. Which the 3 decimal places is 7.854 miles per hour. I hope you found this helpful.